All right, so now we have our first lifter on the platform. 94 kilos is the weight on the bar, and Patricia Strenius of Sweden.
Solid. Practically a power snatch. That's a good way to start.
It is, and she's lifted in a couple of European championships. She's been at the Worlds before, and almost always she makes her opener, and good technique.
Yeah, solid.
It's how you want a session to start, always. And if we can get a little string together here, I think the room will start to feel it. So now here's Bordignon of Italy. First attempt, 95 kilos. Her best is 100, excuse me.
All right. You know, it's in a competition when you start out when it starts out with makes, it can be infectious, just like if you start out with misses.
That's what I was alluding to.
Right.
Yeah.
To your point, and we see it happen all the time.
And Georgia was nice enough to make it 2 in a row. So a good lift for her. We'll see her in a bit. And now we have Anna Torres.
And I've seen Anna lift at both those, at the Pan Ams and the World University Games. And she's a really good lifter.
Another who is very consistent on her opening attempts. She has opened as heavy as 98. She did that at the 2015 World Championships in Houston.
Excellent.
Little forward, but had control all the way. A couple of steps just to secure it, but we're 3 for 3 to start this thing off.
I'd imagine that in her career she's going to wind up as a 75 because of her height. She's a little tall for the class, but she's young, which is good. So she's I wouldn't be surprised in a couple of years we see her at 75.
Yes.
Year of birth 1995, so yeah, she's still in her early 20s.
Yeah.
And now it looks like in this first little wave of 3 or 4 lifters that are going to mix it up a bit, we'll start seeing some jockeying and changes. Right now it looks like 98 kilos will go in the bar for Hung Wan-ting of Taipei. She has been to the World Championships before. She was here in Houston. She's lifted now in 2 consecutive Worlds. Unfortunately, she bombed out in the clean and jerk in Houston, had a rough day, went just 1 for 6, made her opening snatch with 98. She's opening with the same 98, and boy, that would scare me, just superstition.
You just go up or down 1.
1.
Well, she's broken the streak.
Well, no, she made her 98.
Oh, right.
So the next one is going to be crucial.
Right.
So 98 on the board. And Maddie Rogers is being called. And Maddie, we've seen north of 100. And the thing about Maddie is she's up there, I'd say, with a few lifters that I can think of that have been exceptional, at least over the last year or 2, in selecting weights they know they can make.
Well, she's been almost perfect in major competition.
Yeah, her opening snatch attempt miss at the Pan Am Games was the first competition lift she missed in like a year.
Yes.
Literally. And that doesn't mean just 1 competition. That was like 6 competitions.
Right.
So she has moved up, and now we will go back to Patricia Strenius of Sweden, 99 kilos. From what I can tell, this will be a personal best for her.
The little squeezing of the bar, not allowing the speed to come through in the finish. She's got to relax her arms a little bit, and that bar will fly into the right position.
So we should note that, well, we'll take a look at this here again. Yeah, she didn't get it punched out. I was in front. The leader from the B session is Yadav Punam of India. She went 3 for 3, snatched 98 kilos. So 98 kilos is for now is not the leader anymore. That's now second. And the reason why is because the lifter from Chinese Taipei, who we just saw, opened with 98, whereas Yadav did it on her third. In any case, Strenius is a lifter who entered with 233 and opened with, or it will open with weights that factor in the 20 kilo rule. She's going to open up with weights that total out to 213. So an obvious play to get her into this session.
99 kilos, second attempt, Torres.
All right, so now we are back to Torres of Mexico. And Torres, who was, as I mentioned, very consistent on openers, has historically almost never made a snatch attempt on their second attempt. Until now.
That's great. You know, in this, for those of you wondering, you know, what goes into the strategy behind choosing weights in the snatch, you know, really, in this snatch, you want to put yourself in a good position to be able to move up places in the clean and jerk. So you don't want to take too many chances in the snatch. You want to stay within the pack. You don't need to be a hero here. You just need to make they need to make choices that are reasonable, and they need to make good attempts.
All right, so now here's Strenius' third attempt, 99 kilos. She missed the second attempt out in front.
She needs to be faster with her arms and feet in that transition to getting under the bar. Yes. Oh. Well, she corrected the mistake she made before and introduced another one.
And what did you see?
She just didn't, she wasn't rigid in the catch, and she stood up, her arm unlocked. You got to keep on pushing up on the bar.
So she'll be credited with 94 kilos from her first attempt. And let's take a look at what we, maybe she leaned forward
Good
a bit
position.
also. Yeah, right
she
there.
just, yeah, it might have been a little bit forward, maybe not, but you can't unlock those elbows.
Oh, no, yeah. All right, so now we are running a one. We're not running the clock yet, not sure why. Oh, get the bar cleaned off. Blood on the bar. So they are moving the bar off the platform and getting it cleaned up. Usually, you know, do they roll it forward now? I thought they used to roll it back. Yeah, so the center ref.
No, they roll it forward because the athlete will step in it.
That's right. That's what it is. So the reason why the barbell is rolled forward is because I used to like to think when they brush, so they could blow the dust into the referee's faces. But
better the referee faces than on the athlete's shoes.
Yeah, but in this case, they were cleaning the bar, and they do that too. Yeah, forward, whatever. Anyway, all right, so now we have Kim Soo-hyun of Korea.
Solid.
That's a beautiful lift.
All right, she's fired up.
Yes, she is.
Good lift, Kim, 100 kilos.
She is on the board with 100 kilos, and this was
from the United States of America.
This is a pretty easy lift. And I focus on it all the time. I love it when I see a rebound out of the bottom. You know, if you hit it just right, it's almost as if the bar picks you back up.
Absolutely.
And that's what you saw right there. I mean, it's the best. All right, Rogers was briefly introduced and then moved again. So that means she's out of changes. 101 kilos will be the weight that we see from Maddie Rogers. There will be a couple of attempts until we get there. But in the meantime, 100 is sitting on the second attempt of Georgia Bourdignon, and she's going to take this because this is a 5 kilo jump here. So,
right. She made that first attempt relatively easy. This is a big jump for her. Yeah, that's what I thought. I questioned that jump.
Yeah, you know, and looking through her history, she's been a gambler. There's some.
Well, she's not in the hunt for a medal.
No, but
so,
to your point earlier, though, you were talking about the snatch, and you don't have to be, you know, too aggressive. But different lifters, especially if they're snatch specialists, will go about things differently. And you know, there are times where she's taken 3 kilo jumps. There are times where she's taken 6 kilo jumps. There's, you know, so she's sort of mixes it up, I think, based on how she's feeling.
Well, I think another reason to make reasonable jumps in the snatch is to build confidence. You know, let's get the first 2 in and then take a chance.
All right, so now we are back to Hung Wanting of Chinese Taipei. Second attempt. 2 kilo jump.
Nice lift.
All right, 2 for 2 for Hung Wanting. So she has broken that string.
Right. Yes, she has. Very convincingly.
And we're back to Borden Young for her 3rd attempt. And, you know, like I said, I mentioned she's kind of, she's willing to take chances. But one thing she does do is make totals. This is not a lifter who is bomb out prone in any stretch of the imagination. In fact, in a huge number of lifts, I don't think she's ever bombed in a major meet. So we'll move her into 3rd.
That's better. That's better. See, the 5 kilos in the snatch, especially for a woman of 69 kilos, is a pretty significant jump.
Yeah, it's now become on the larger side.
But now she took that 2nd attempt and missed it, but her nervous system is primed already. So now she goes back out and she makes it.
All right, so now here is Maddie Rogers of the United States. First attempt, 101 kilos.
Get vertical. Right? Wait for the call. Let's go. Let's go.
Business as usual.
Not a surprise, 101 kilos, good lift for Maddie Rogers. She has opened as heavy as 103, but...
Doesn't need to here.
Exactly. And little adjustment there on the bottom, but as always, very smooth. Great start for Rogers. And now here's the 3rd attempt of Ana Torres.
She needs to finish.
No. So Torres has tried 101 kilos on a few occasions so far, hasn't been able to bring it home. And her first 2 attempts were very nice, 96, 99. She will take that 99 into the clean and jerk, where she is going to be a player for a possible medal in that discipline. We shall see. I do think we've got Mendoza ready at 102 kilos. Yeah. Mirith Mendoza. This is her first World Championships. And, you know, we talk about the Colombian weightlifting program and team, and they continue to produce athletes. This is one I've never seen before. She's snatching 102 kilos on an opener at the World Championships. Oh.
Well, not yet. She hasn't snatched it yet. It seems the Colombian's left
move.
a couple. Oh yeah, I have no doubt. I mean, if she's here, she's good. The Colombians seem to have left some of their top lifters at home. It seems, and maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, there's a couple, but you know, they've brought the full boat. I think. I mean, they've brought a full team, obviously, but you know, this is beginning of the quad opportunity to give some others a chance to lift. All right, so now here, Sarah Samir. 102 kilos. She opened with 107 in Rio, ultimately snatched 112. That's a surprise. And I'll tell you, that didn't look convincing. It didn't look convincing either in her approach or her demeanor. You know, sometimes you see that fire, you see when somebody's ready to go. She's looking a little tentative.
Timid?
Yeah.
Tentative? Yeah.
So, interesting. All right, so now we are back to Mendoza, and that one might have been, that opening attempt missed, that 102 kilos. You're nodding at your head. It might have been nerves.
Yeah, I mean, she's a great athlete. Moves, like you said, she moves really well. So maybe she got off the jitters. Now she's ready to
just put it away. She's got to get it back. I mean, just watch how quickly from the, you know, from that power position to underneath. Boom.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I mean,
she's really excited. I'm looking forward to seeing her more.
Jerk.
Yeah.
Well, she's got one more attempt, but
yes.
I mean, that was lightning fast. We've said it a couple of times, Sean. I mean, even in slow motion, you can tell when somebody's just moving at a different speed than everyone else around them, and that was unbelievable. All right, so now looks like 102 kilos is going to stay on. Hong Wanting is being called, and it looks like she will take it. 2 for 2 thus far. .103 is her best. She did that in Ashgabat earlier this year at the Asian Championships. She placed second there. Excuse me, bronze overall.
Oh, slow. That was really slow. The bar didn't look like it didn't change speeds. And generally, you see the pull from the floor past the knee is one speed, and then in the explosion, it's going to be faster.
Very much like what we saw with that Colombian lift.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hers was really fast and really, really fast.
All right, so to your point earlier, by the way, here is Romila.
Yeah, there's no way she's open
Big Eye.
10.
She had 110 kilos opened originally, has dropped down to 103. So what that means now is there are 7 lifters in this competition right now. Every one of them is sitting on 103.
And it's a race to see who makes it first. But again, it doesn't matter as much in the snatch.
What I'm saying is we got a battle here.
Right.
Good lift there for Big Eye at 103 kilos.
Solid opener.
All right, now we have Kim Soo-hyun of Korea. Second attempt, 103 kilos. If successful, this will move her into second.
She had a great opener. She's built for weightlifting, man. She's great.
But this attempt is a great example, though, of what you were talking about,
right.
Sean. 104 is what would move her into the lead right now. Had a great opener, but their plan says 3-kilo jump.
Right.
What the team from Korea believes is the best opportunity for Kim is to take 103 here, and that's exactly what what they put on the bar.
And now she puts herself in a great position.
In both the competition and under the bar.
Yeah, absolutely.
From the United States of America, Maddie Rogers.
All right, that is a great second attempt there from Kim. And now Maddie Rogers has...
She's not taken.
Yeah, has been called but moved up to 4. Right. And now we have Sarah Samir, and Samir isn't looking like she's coming out for this. She's in the warm-up room, just threw her towel down. She's not taking this 103. Yep, there's the change going in, and she missed 102. And that's an interesting.
Sarah Samir has asked for an increase as well. 104 kilos loaders.
So she's going to sit on 104. It looks like. All right, now we'll give us Lady Solis.
She's a veteran lifter, medalist at the Olympics. It's not her first rodeo.
No, even though she's a junior. And we talk about the World Championships and major meets not always being about lifting the most of your life, but
what you
one
need.
more kilo. And here's 1 more kilo. So Solis is opening with 104. She is the last lifter to open. 104 will move her into first place.
She's a dynamic lifter. She's fun to watch.
Everyone else is sitting on 104 right now. But she's the first to take it, which means she will be the leader if successful.
Oh boy, that's a big miss. Now Maddie comes up and makes this. She's the leader.
And this is how we're going to continue with this. So every time somebody makes a lift, I think you're going to see 1 kilo tick up. And Maddie taking 104. Well, let's take a look at this again from Solis. And that's a surprise from Solis. She's usually very sharp. So Maddie is going to come out here for 104. She is the American record holder in the snatch.
This will put her in a very, very strong position.
And get vertical. Hey, tight. Wait. Do not move.
Wow. That was great.
It was great. And, you know, I was a little bit worried about it at the start. And tell us why.
She was out of her rhythm in her setup. She doesn't normally take that much time.
And then watch the bar, I felt like might have been just a little bit away from her shin as well. And I was just worried that the line might not be right. And she crushed it.
Yeah, she's very, very, very good performer.
All right, so now here's something that I would look at as a gamble.
Right.
2 kilo increase off a miss.
But
Sarah Samir, and this will move her into second behind Maddie Rogers. Yeah, and she's visibly shaken here. Something's up. And, you know, this is a lifter who's done 113 kilos on the biggest stage there is. And she's clearly having a tough time today. I don't know how the warm-ups went. I don't know if there's, you know, anything going on. Who knows? It could be a million things. But we're 2 attempts in here. And
she hasn't been close.
No, and she's got a problem. She did put a little more giddy up, I think I would call it on that one, but. All right, so now here is Lady Solis. Solis So Pan Am champion, she has snatched 110 kilos. She did that in Rio.
That's better.
And I was about to say it was very uncharacteristic for her to miss an opening attempt snatch. She has never missed a first and second. And it's because of ability like that, but she, in her career, has never missed her first 2 attempts to start a competition, and that was not the case. Well, that is still the case
right
today. So with that
104 kilos is the weight.
attempt, Lady Solis with 104 kilos will move into second, and I mean, everybody's in play. And Sarah Ahmed is now in a huge spot here, and the crowd is really into it. You can see she's still sort of crying, but this, this crowd is really giving her support right now, and this is pretty cool. Let's see if she can close out 104 kilos on her 3rd attempt and stay in the competition.
She makes this, the crowd will erupt.
Go nuts.
A little overcompensation there. It's too bad because she was a contender for the medal.
She is an Olympian and an Olympic medalist, and she's one of the best lifters in the world at this weight class. And she is not at her best right now, and terrible to see. But I really do appreciate the support from the home crowd.
Absolutely.
Here. I mean, that would have been a special moment if she would have been able to make that, and hopefully.
Well, she'll use this experience, and it'll propel her forward in her career. I mean, she's just starting this, even though she's already an Olympic medalist.
Well, the door opened by Sarah Samir can very quickly be filled by Romela Begai here, who is taking 105 kilos to move into the lead. She lifted in split at the Europeans earlier this year, made 98 kilos on her opener, missed 101 twice. She opened with and made 103 here.
Beautiful. That was a great attempt.
She is 2 for 2. The guy is 2 for 2. And this is important, and the reason why is because historically, Begai is not particularly consistent in the clean and jerk, so she needs to get everything she can out of this series here to be a factor in the second half of this thing. All right, so now looks like we're running 105 kilos on the 3rd attempt of Kim Soo-hyun. And again, same situation as her 2nd attempt. She is not getting baited into the game. She is taking what she wants. 105 kilos will not move her into the lead. It will move her into second, but based on how this thing is shaking out, she could finish this snatch competition in 6th and still only be 3 or 4 kilos out of the lead.
Absolutely. When it's this tight in the snatch, doesn't matter where you place.
Yeah. So 2 kilo jump from her 2nd attempt make with 103. Here's 105. No.
That was slow off the hip. Again, that's one of those situations where the bar just didn't change speed, didn't get that acceleration in the explosion.
So no lift there for Kim Soo-hyun. 103 kilos is what she'll be credited with, and even if that miss is not a killer.
No, it's not, because everybody's so tightly packed.
Even in the clean and jerk.
Yeah.
And she's amongst the leaders, at least for now. So keep an eye on her. And now this is a big lift for Mendoza.
She needs this because she's not great in the clean and jerk yet as far as numbers go. So she needs every kilo she can muster in the snatch.
She wants to play from ahead. Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. Wow. That was great.
But if you can believe it, it may not guarantee her a medal. This is a great effort, and she's got to sit in the back, and if anyone misses, she's on the medal stand.
Right.
There are now 3 attempts left, so I'll say it another way. Just watch this. Oh. Anybody who makes a lift, so long as it's more than 106, is on the medal stand.
Right.
And Maddie Rogers is one of those people in play. So Maddie has moved up to 107. That's going to put Lady Solis on the platform at 106.
I don't think she's going to.
No way is Solis taking 106. And Maddie's standing in the doorway because she knows she's coming out. So the way that the cards and the strategy have situated themselves is that because Maddie Rogers opened first, the others have the changes in hand. They've got the order of lifting in their favor. So they're going to go up to 107, put Maddie on the platform. If Maddie misses, they'll stay with 107. If Maddie makes it, they'll move to 108. The next lifter, Solis, will move to 108. If she's successful, Begaj will move up to 109. So Maddie Rogers can guarantee a medal in the snatch with a success right now with 107 kilos. She did 105 at Nationals earlier this year.
Be patient. Get vertical. Set, up, wait.
That was there.
So no lift at 107 for Maddie Rogers. Let's take a look at this again. It was right on the, oh man, it was right there.
A lot like Harrison's missed third snatch in the last session.
All right, well, Solis is coming right back out. We're down to our final 2 attempts on this session. If both are misses, Maddie is still sitting in third. If Solis makes this, Maddie will be 4th. And Solis will have to wait out the final attempt. So this is a huge attempt in this competition.
Oh. Wow.
So that means Lady Solis will place 4th in the snatch. On a tie with Maddie Rogers. Both of them did it on second attempts, but Maddie Rogers made it first. So she is at least the bronze medalist in the snatch. That will not change. What might change is the weight. 107 kilos stays on. The lifter is now Romila Begaj of Albania. If successful, winner in the snatch. If she misses, she will be the silver medalist in the snatch. And, you know, we're talking about a 1 kilo difference all the way down to 5th. I mean, nobody's far from here.
This is a great competition.
Sis. Mendoza will be gold if this lift is missed.
That was a great lift.
3 for 3. Gold medal in the snatch at the women's 69-kilo category for Romella Begai.
We're going to take a 10-minute break. We'll be right back.
And that will bring the women's 69-kilo snatch competition to a conclusion. And boy, she just shot out of the bottom, stepped forward, but man.
Yeah, that was a great snatch. That was a great session. That really, this is what the weightlifting at its best looks like. It's just tightly packed. Every lift counts.
Yeah, weightlifting competition at its best, and I know what the world records are. I know who's here and
I don't care about the world records.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about the world records. We care about is the competition. What's happening out on the
right
stage.
now. Yes, people do care. Yes,
the battle.
Yeah.
The battle is what matters.
Right. And you get wrapped up in the moment. And I think we have, based on the efforts of this group of 10, created the atmosphere for some real fireworks here in the clean and jerk. I mean, this place is going to be electric when it comes down to it. If you have 6 to 10 lifters in play for a medal, as we draw to a close, what we did here with the snatch, I mean, it's just going to be unbelievable. Maddie Rogers very close with her third attempt at 107.
Hey. One more, man. One more time. That was great. That was great.
She's slated for a 128-kilo opener. I got a feeling that'll change.
What's Maddie's best in competition?
Shoot, 37, right?
Right. And Columbia has a new star, it seems.
Yeah. All right, so here are the results in the women's snatch competition, 69 kilos.
As you can see, not too much separating.
Nope. No bomb outs.
Well, one bomb out.
Well, that's from the, oh, thank you, sorry, Sarah.